Hi everyone, thanks for clicking on my video. I'm just wanting to give you a quick update on the garden. It's the end of May and there's quite a bit of things growing. So also today has been the first day of sun that we've had in about 8 days. It's rained 8 days straight. So everything is very wet. So over here in this corner, I had some seedlings in a tray you saw in the last video, and I planted them out here. These two are Cosmos. This is the Bonbon Cosmo, and this is Apricota. And you're going to notice a lot of these chicken wire things I've put up around the garden. I've been having quite a bit of trouble with birds, and also the red lanternflies have come back. So anyway, here is Ivanetti. It's gotten a lot bigger since the last video. And here's Pixie with some growth there. And then you also saw in the last video that I thought this wisteria was dead, but there's a ton of new growth that's come in. So I still don't really know exactly what caused it to drop all of its leaves, but at least it's not dead. And even over here on this one, there's some new growth coming in as well. So I'm glad that both of these are still alive. And then over here in this corner, I've planted out more Cosmos. Over here, this is Apricota, and then here's Hula doing really well. In the last video, you may have seen that some of its leaves were eaten off or bitten off by probably red lanternflies, but it's come back. So I thought this here was really, I don't recall Heather Feather's leaves looking like this. It almost doesn't look like a dahlia leaf, but it most definitely is a dahlia, so we'll see how that continues to grow. But I thought that was an interesting leaf structure. I don't remember that from last year. And then over here is where I pretty much plant most of my dahlias, so as you'll see, there's quite a bit of growth. I will probably pinch off some of the, probably all of these at some point, maybe in a couple of weeks, just to encourage them to grow outwards and hopefully produce more flowers. And then over here, here's Marn. And I have some empty containers here. I'm just not sure yet what I'm going to do. These two, I planted some Gomprina seeds. I just went ahead and direct sowed them, so we'll see if they come up. And then Honeydew had something bite off a piece of it right there. And then I have these extras that were sitting down here, and when the plants are this small, that's when the birds are really aggressive with them. So I originally just had one of these cages, but even with one, the birds were somehow getting around around it. So I put up a second one. Hopefully that works. These are going to get pulled up in the next couple of weeks, and I'm going to probably direct sow some zinnia and cosmos seeds in here, and then in these two containers I planted some zinnias and some cosmos, and I put this chicken wire up to prevent the birds from digging for the seeds. And then here's just my last Dahlia Sylvia doing really well. You can see there's something bit that leaf down there. I think it's probably a red lanternfly. Let's see if I can see any. So anyway, it's the very end of May, and this is what my garden looks like. So I wanted to show you what the red lanternfly looks like. I'm not sure if you can see it. It's like a black and white speckled insect just crawling on top here. Hello everyone. Okay, so it's been about a week since the last clip, just a week, and there's been quite a bit of progress already. especially with the dahlias. This is Ivanetti. It's grown to be a pretty big plant. Pixie here is still tiny. The wisteria has come back and has started to fill in so nicely. In fact, this wisteria over here is starting to grow more flowers. There's more buds here, which is interesting. But yeah, just a quick look, and you'll see that the dahlias all have just been pretty happy up here. The plants have all been doing so well, really well. Birds haven't been attacking them. I think at this point they're big enough that the birds will stop attacking them. I haven't seen any red lantern flies. I haven't seen very many of them anyway. Here's iced tea. And the lilies come and gone. In here I decided to plant some gomprina. I just went ahead and direct sowed them, and you can see there's a little bit of germination happening. There are two different types of gomprina. And then here's Marn. In these two, I'm gonna plant some marigold seeds today. I was gonna get rid of this pot. It's not doing very well. There's a huge gash on the side there, but maybe it'll be okay for one more season. My goal today also is to just get rid of all of these grasses in these three containers. I'm gonna plant some cosmos and zinnias. In here, I planted a bunch of cosmos seeds. You'll see there's quite a bit of germination happening, so I'm very excited about that. And then over here, I planted a bunch of zinnia seeds, and there's also been some pretty good germination happening here. I've been putting this chicken wire up just to keep them protected from the birds. Here's Sylvia over here. So everything seems to be doing okay. I'm just gonna do a couple of things today. I'm gonna get rid of these grasses and then plant some more zinnias and cosmos in these three black containers here, and then plant some marigold seeds here. And I might do some topping off, or some pinching. Like Crenton Sunny here is, it's just one stem, and I think I might just go ahead and pinch. It's got at least 5 sets of leaves. So I'll do that as well. Maybe not to every dahlia today, but to a good number of them. Okay, so I'm gonna plant some marigolds here. Because it's so late, it's June 1st, I'm gonna just go ahead and direct sow the seeds. So I just stick a finger, a few inches apart, leaving a little bit of hole, and then I just drop a seed in each one and then cover it up with dirt. I don't always get 100% germination doing it this way, but it works for me. If I get a few marigolds, that's good enough for me. I'm gonna do the same in this bucket, or in this pot here. Just digging a little hole, and then I'll go ahead and drop seeds in there in a second. And then I am gonna plant these. I've never planted these before. They're a Cracker Jack mix African marigold from Southern Exposure Seed Exchange. I just picked this up at a local garden center. I wanted to do a marigold this year, and I looked at a bunch of different varieties. There were a few that I wanted from online, but the shipping costs were going to be, $8 to ship one packet. So I thought I'll just go buy a $2 packet from the garden center. So this is what I'm planting in these 2 pots. Okay, and then over here, I've taken out all of the grasses, which was quite a bit to wrestle with, and I've put in some new soil. So I think this is about as much soil as I want. I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing, where I just poke some holes in here and then plant the seeds. So I'm going to, in this one, do this California Giants blend zinnia. And then over here on this one, I'm going to do this Seashells Mix Cosmos. And then finally on this last pot over here, I'm going to do this Persian Carpet zinnia. So I had already planted the seeds here, so this is going to be a zinnia here, then cosmos, then zinnia, cosmos, zinnia, just to mix it up a little bit. So that's what's going on with these big black bins over here. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to do today is I'm going to pinch some dahlias, and then I'm going to actually try to propagate them. I've never done that before, so I mean, why not give it a try? So I think I'm just going to go ahead and pinch this one right here. You can kind of see two stems coming up on either side there. Right there and there. So I'm just going to pinch off this top part here. So I'll do that now. Okay. So I'm not sure, maybe this is a little bit too small, but I'll just go ahead and give it a try. I have this garden safe take root powder. So I'm gonna just dip this in there and then go ahead and put it in one of these pots that I've already prepared with soil. So let's see how this goes. It's really hard doing this with one hand with a helicopter flying above. Okay, so there's a little bit here, and then I'll just put it in here. All right. And I'm going to leave it up here under the sun, and I'll label this so I'll remember which dahlia this is and see what happens with it. Okay, so I am going to try to propagate Daddy's Girl, Juanita, and Crichton's Honey. So let's see what happens with these. I'm going to put them on the ground in full sunlight and water them, and then we'll check back in a week or so. All right, I think I'm done for the evening. The sun's about to go down, so I just wanted to give you a quick look. This corner here is all still the same. I just watered everything. I cleaned off the table. And then over here, I decided to plant some more zinnias. This zinnia is called Peaches and Cream. It was a part of the original seedling group that I lost to all of the birds, so I just went ahead and direct sowed some more there. And then here are all of the dahlias. I did actually pinch, I think, pretty much all of the ones that were ready to be pinched. So maybe I forgot this one, so I'll just go ahead and do that now. So hopefully I'll get a bunch of flowers. It'll just delay the flowering for about maybe 10 to 14 days, maybe 21 days. So here's where I put the three that I propagated. I'm kind of hiding all of these behind this chicken wire to protect them from the birds. And then the marigolds went in here. And then I planted all of the zinnias and cosmos up here, and I put the chicken wire on top. When the plants get, I don't know, maybe 3 to 4 inches, basically when they start to hit the top of this chicken wire, that's when I'll just remove the chicken wire. And by then the plant should be big enough so that the birds don't attack them. And then over here, I did some more zinnias. This one's the Cupcakes blush zinnia, also a part of the seedling group that I lost to the birds. So I just planted them in these 2 pots over here. All right, so that's pretty much the rooftop garden for now, and I'll be back maybe in a week or 2 to give another update. Thanks for watching. I'm just cleaning up all of my succulents. Took them all out of all of these containers here. Cleared off all of the dead growth, kept all of the new growth. I'm just going to rearrange them to make them look just a little bit nicer in these pots. Okay, so all of those succulents turned into these 3 pots here. I just put the tall one in the middle here. I don't know the names of these plants, and then I put a couple of, I just basically divided them up into like 4 or 5 like succulents, and then I divided 2 per pot. So This one has this kind, and then this one has this kind and this kind. And then I had this random cactus I just threw in there. And then this one just has these two kinds here. And then I did have one other cactus, and I put it in its own pot over here. So that's basically what I just did with my succulents. Okay, just a quick update on the 3 dahlias that I tried to propagate. 2 of them died immediately, but this one, Juanita, is still doing well, and it actually had a little bit of new growth. So we'll see how this one goes throughout the summer. I hope I can keep it alive, and then maybe this experiment I'll try again next year with more. And then these are just some other ones that I still have left over. They're kind of growing really slowly, I think, because they're in smaller pots. So I need to give them away, get them into the ground or another pot or something soon. But anyway, I feel like I have a 33% success rate with propagating dahlias, which is not bad for my first time, I think. Okay, I'll just do one quick update before I upload this video. I have a new addition to the garden, so I wanted to give you just show you what that looks like. It is middle of June, so it's been about a couple of weeks since the last clip, and this is kind of what everything looks like. You'll see the dahlias have gotten quite big. I've topped off all of them, so hopefully they'll branch out and get a little bit bigger. This wisteria is still, it's come back and it's doing a lot better. There's still some new growth. This one had a second bloom. They're kind of dying off right now. But yeah, everything is looking pretty good. I'm still battling the red lanternflies and the birds. But okay, so this is a new addition to the garden. It's this bench here. I decided that everything kind of needed a little bit of elevation since everything was on the floor. We'll see how this works out. I'm a little bit nervous because these black bins are now up higher, which means they'll get more sun and heat throughout the day, which dries out the soil. So I might need to do a lot more watering. The other option is to just maybe put the black bins on the ground and put these other pots up on the bench. But we'll see how this goes for now. And anyway, you'll see. Everything seems to be doing okay. Everything is green and healthy. No real pest issues yet. And these are marigolds here, and they're coming up nicely. And the gomphrena has gotten a lot bigger since the last clip. And I planted a lot more seeds in here. I did have an issue with something that got into this particular bin here and pulled up all of these seedlings, but I just went ahead and replanted. These are cosmos, and they're coming up pretty nicely, knock on wood. Some zinnias. I didn't get a lot of germination in this bin, so yesterday I planted some more seeds from a different packet, so I hope I'll get some more growth here. And then these cosmos are doing very well, and these zinnias over here are also doing really well. I pinched these yesterday, so hopefully I'll get some bushier zinnia plants. And then, yep, everything over here is doing well. These are some more zinnias and cosmos in here, and they're doing okay. I've noticed that the ones that I grow in these pots, the terracotta pots, aren't growing as fast as the ones in these black bins, and I just don't know why. I'm wondering if it might be just because the black bins have a lot more space to grow. So this is what the garden looks like. Oh, and then the other project I did was, of course, these succulents. And I dug them all up and rearranged them, and this is what they look like now in their new bins, and I just leave them up here on the dining table. Okay, well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.